Shalom.
First and foremost, we give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well. Salutation to the accurate, which is truth, in sincerity to the four corners of the earth, to the one to act what's we listen and learning, being obedient to the husband. A brother Howard from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp. Through the spirit and power, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. We just medicine through the spirit, and it's true really a pity on his WhatsApp status, because where there's a poor bail status pertaining to scriptures and pictures with keeping the brotherhood intact. Going back into he posted scripture in Matthew 12 and 50. So I'm gonna make the brother start from verse 27. So that is going back into the title of the brotherhood, because the times we're heading into in some serious times, so it can't have no slacking in the church. Pertaining to the Lord say, set the house in order, going back and set that by the buyer, which is his house, keeping the church in order, making sure that a brother, Kirk, a brother, say a brother going off or lacking in the spirit, any way in a sense that we at the end you cannot be lacking, you cannot be in a spirit of being lukewarm. You have to be in a spirit on fire, meditating on the Lord, meditating on the terror road and taking place at the face of the earth. So, we can start with the book of Matthew, chapter 47, Salakia, 12 and 47.
In the book of Matthew 12 and verse 47, it says, Then one said unto him, Behold, Matthew 12 and verse 47 said, Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy virgin stand without desire to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who is my virgin? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my virgin. For whosoever shall do the will of Yahweh, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and mother.
So this is going to the men of the Lord. This is going to be pertaining to the men of the Lord who on the highways and byways, because you had a away all things that you wounds, your foes are your household, your so-called wife, which we know, these evil have demons on them, that's it's a one or two sincere women, but 10 out of a million, or 20 out of a million, because we in a time where they're so westernized that they really target is to pull you down. So you have to always remember, as Yahushai say, the men who do the will of his Father which is sent him. So we doing what Yahushai sent us to do, to go and labor, go and feed his sheep. As it tells Peter, feed my sheep, feed my sheep, feed my sheep. So we in the spirit of feeding the Lord's sheep. But we have to also remember keeping the brotherhood tight is a part of being real, being real in a sense that being honest, being righteous, to hold back on our brother. If he has something to tell our brother, come out and tell him, to hold back. And that even goes to me, come out and tell him, brothers who making promises and saying, well, I will try my best to make it, or I'll hire back, and setting up the brother, because a lot of brothers actually tell me this, brothers hurt them more than niggas when they was in the world, because we come in and shoot, we all have the same mindset. But some brothers having that being a ninja, don't have the conscience, which is the spirit, to know that, hey, what I do, who's that brother, or affect a brother, you studying yourself. But Yahushua actually studying, you studying him more than that, sister, than that brother, you studying the men who you live with. So we are the same spirit, as the Lord say, upon the whole armor at the Mashiach. So how you go upon the whole armor at the Mashiach when you help out a brother? Because we in a time where brothers could be out of work, where brothers folks at the house so could put them out, where they can afford rent, where brothers can afford food on the table, and we the brotherhood for. which is the brotherhood keeping tight, is making sure that calling our brother, daily, in a daily basis. You call 2-3 brothers or brothers from another camp. You keep that sword sharpening sword. You keeping that spirit blazing. You talking, you share prophecy. What take place like your summon news a report or whatever it is to keep brothers up. And brothers is to always have a phone, because that can make a walkie-talkie. Like if we in the army, to give out the enemy is giving out a signal to beware the signal, and that's how we been as watchmen. Pertaining to the things we're coming to pass, which is prophecy. We had to be up and ready to work come in, because we know Revelation 12:12. Esau know that he have a short time. He come down with a great wrath. Also, we not being ignorant of Satan devices. So we know that the Lord give us his secrets, which is revealing all Esau plans and giving us a spiritual power, which is the Rakakodash. We ought to use it in synchronize, which will be pertaining to we using it as a team. Because in our football team, it have 12 members, and that's so spiritual. Going back to the 12 tribes, going back into the 144,000. Elect men, we ought to speak the same thing and how they speak. If we speak in the same thing, we have to have the same mindset. So how you can have the same mindset when you can live a brother down? When a brother, because some brother might be against spirit to plant up a garden, or against spirit to build up a ranch, or I have a little money to do something, but that is lacking in a certain percentage to put towards it. If you could assist me, because the Lord was really dealing with brothers in the camp to begin, because we had into a time when we go knowing that we will be like how the scripture say like rolling stones, like pilgrims. We could be here and there. I could be in Trinidad and I in Babylon. Okay, Lord sent Esau, Edom, and they take us up and chaos in a plane, and we end up quite in Babylon. And so we had to be in a spirit of putting things in place and making sure the brotherhood tight, making sure that all of us in having a spirit jealousy, in having a spirit envy, we are malice, as it said, one I got the unleavened. Scripture I go again and say a leaven, one leaven leaven up the whole lump.
A little bit of leaven.
Yeah, I can a little bit of leaven, leaven up the whole lump. So that we back into the whole camp. So if one brother have a little bit of leaven in them, pertaining to malice or hate or jealousy or feel like a brother on them, it will actually spread around the camp. But that's why we ought to have brothers to watch it and know it, and because our brother must be close to our brother to come out and say, this brother treated him a certain way or a certain. Hey, you take that brother with the next brother who treated him a certain way and have a counsel together and make sure things right. Because you can't have a hypocrite spirit. You can't be pretending. You can't be, because there's some brothers coming in the street because they do in the world they ain't 15, so they feel they can fit in the truth. Because they will get friends. There's some brothers come in the street, and crept in unaware. They pretenders. In the sight of men, they all righteous, but in the sight of the Lord, they are wicked. They are hypocrites. It are the ones who fear Yahweh Shai and came to do what the Lord said them to do, as Yahweh Shai gets sent by Yahweh and do what he's supposed to do. So we, as a body, we ought to know what's going on in our brother life, in a sense. And what I mean in our brother life, to know what's going on with our brother. In his down times, in his up times, we always there. Keeping the feast days, which is very important, the new moon feast and all the feasts we Lord put forth for Israel. So we could always be sitting and sit by and brother come out and say, well, this happened to me, that happened to me, because all of we getting tried. Because that's the whole heights about this truth. We getting tried through the spirit and power. We try to perfection. We getting tried in the spirit of perfection. So when the Lord say, he stretched forth his hand towards his disciple and said, behold, my mother and brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. So that is show the spirit of Yahweh was in. So you gotta be in that spirit to always be there for your brother. always looking out for your brother, because all of you want to see each other in the chariot, you know. Going back into the scripture, I want to get a scripture in Hebrews, because hey, we carry that spirit of malice, you know, carry that spirit of these Pharisees. In us, we had our spirit of faith in the Lord and loving your brother like how you love yourself. You know, going back into the second commandment, you know, love our brother like as how you love yourself. So how you can see yourself going down, how you can see yourself going through, you know, a pain, and within that pain, it have no brother to bear with you and mourn with you, without praying to pray for you, to keep you in prayer, you know.
Just to add, what way you shy did for us, right? Because you shy, see that hey, without the brother you without you shy dying for us, we would have been in this time, innit? Right? So what way you shy did for us? Lay down his life for us, for what? For we to enter, for we to inherit the kingdom. You wash him, you shy. For that kingdom to be ours. Right, so we supposed to be doing, we supposed to be recompensing, right? This is recompensing, doing the same thing where you were shided for us, concerning to the other brothers and them, right? Because if we could lay down with life for another brother, what it is to the other, to the doing other things, right? It come like nothing. Yeah, let me get to this piece up here. Look at Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 23. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, right? Without having any doubts, right? Without being shaky, right? Being 100%. That be 100% having faith in your Bashim Yashai.
Because we in greatness don't have the 100%.
Can.
You know, because how you can have 50 or 99 when Yahweh Bashim Yashai working within us and have the apostles to bring it down and break it down through the Spirit for us. So we ought to speak the same thing, so that means we're speaking the 100% truth as the apostles coming down.
Can.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah, can. Yeah, it said, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. Right? Hey, Yahweh Shemashai is faithful. He promised us this kingdom, the kingdom to come.
Can.
Is it?
Can.